Hey everyone, now I am at Summers Beach Park. I think I said that right, but something I thought was funny is I just got ready to take a hike and notice there are other Chevy Suburbans here. That's the newest kind, or a newer kind. That's the older kind. I just think that's cool. There's 3 different kinds of Chevy Suburbans right here. Now I was on a delivery the other day and I took my truck that time. It was so hot out, I decided to just use my own truck because it has a good AC. And I went to a customer who has the Cadillac version and talked to him about our trucks. And he was telling me how good his truck is. And he keeps getting it fixed. Anyways, something I noticed is a lot of people have a truck like mine, same year, still have them, and it looks like they probably are the original owners. Anyways, you had a kick out of seeing it. There we go, Summers Beach State Park. No camping, nothing crazy. I think I've been here once before, but not when it was this green. Yeah. No, I have a 93. That's the one you've seen my older videos that I used to drive more often. Still have it. And I see trucks like mine that are still in good shape. I guess it's very possible. Unless they've fixed theirs. And my other Suburban is really beat up. Now this is where I'm at. Now Summers is at the top of the lake, so if we go in that direction, we will see the water eventually. So I'm not really sure what to expect so much because it's been so long since I've been here. I think we took the one that went out to the lake. Now it's just over there. Somewhere over there was a place to pull in, and it wasn't the way to get in here, so I pulled around this way, and I was hoping I could go over there because I saw a lot of birds. Now, that is, if they didn't fly away, I might get another chance. So, it was acquired in 2021. Oh, so relatively new place, because I've gone around the area and tried to find all the places to go. So I think that's the way down to the Wuta. And this might be the way to the birds. I wanted to see the birdies. It's just a bunch of Canada geese, but there's so many of them. And I thought maybe they have babies. So I'm seeing the area I was over at, and I just don't see as many birds. Otherwise, I really wanted to walk over there just to visit them. The last time I came here, I could see big white swans over there. There might have been some water, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, this looks like the way. So I don't know if these were added. I remember last time I came here, there was like one path, and it went to the lake. I'm seeing people down there. That one we passed, I didn't think it looked as much like a regular dirt trail. Now, I was just at, oh my god, I don't know which way I want to go. I was going to say, I was just down at Lakeside, and I went in the water, and the water was perfect today. And I was dreading it being too cold, and it wasn't really too cold. But what I didn't like was it's just getting smacked in the face with those waves, and when you get out, it's really chilly. So, anyways, it was nice. I could have stayed longer, but I got kind of hungry. This is the flat part of the Flathead Valley. That's funny, when I was coming down the road, I felt just like I'm driving through the mountains, So now, that hill has an entire neighborhood on it. That's the town of Summers, right? And I was just down alongside of those mountains. That's Blacktail Mountain area. figure out where the exact top is. It's gotta be, I'm not sure if it's right there, if it's right there. Yeah, I'll share this trail coming on down. One thing about taking a trail is the sounds. You can't get the smells. See, I'm parked way over there. Just hear all the sounds of the trail, right? All those bugs. Oh, hello there. I think we're on the right track if you want to go to the water. Now, we are still having a smoky time as the fires have not quit burning to the west. So this will be what Summers Beach Park looks like during a smoky day. We could normally see, you know, the mountains all the way to the horizon. So I think it'll be interesting today to see how the smoke exposes the layers. And that's about it. There's just a bunch of tall grass out here, maybe a few bushes. But right there is just this really funny little hill. And it's got all these cute little houses on it. And I was thinking I'd like to share that someday. We'll kind of scope out a good route. Yeah, Rosie and I were just taking a little truck ride over here one time. I thought, I know, why don't we go up here and check it out? And someone was having a little yard sale. It's kind of cool going up there to a yard sale and talking to the people that were planning to move back to New Zealand. And they said, you know, they liked Montana so much because it reminds them a little bit of New Zealand. Very interesting to hear that from them. All right, so more than likely I was probably down around that bit of land sticking out there. I was probably down in that area when I went swimming earlier. Yeah, you know, I guess I could bring my beach clothes and do a swim here. I like a good rocky beach, you know. I don't like the mud, the mush. Look at all the birdies. You know, I was hoping on seeing the birdies out in the grass, and this is even better. Look at them all out here on the water instead. Aww. I was kind of wondering if they had, you know, big babies or something, if that's why they're all gathered around. Maybe they just like this area, you know, like. So I've been seeing baby ducks and geese still, like, you know, end of July into August. I'm thinking, well, maybe there's a chance they got big babies, and that's why they're hanging out. And somebody in another part of the country was talking about his birds molting. If they're molting, that might explain also why they're sticking around together. You know, they need a place to hang out where they can relax from flying, maybe. Yeah, so we're basically looking in the southern direction. I'm trying to figure out if I can see much here, huh? I can barely see over there. Now, if you can see, oh man, it's so faint, but I can see that little gap where the missions come down. And there's a gap where the Swan River goes. Okay. So anyways, that's where I am. Mosquitoes are biting. I try to hose myself down. And it didn't work. They're still biting me through my shirt. I guess I couldn't get the mosquito spray everywhere. Oh my goodness. So that's about it, you know. I mean, I think I saw some people in their bathing suits. I don't know if there's people coming swimming here. I get to go down there, huh? I'll tell you what. Some of the plant life here. Yeah, nothing too unusual, huh? kind of curious what's down around this corner. I got a few minutes to spare. Why don't we go check it out, huh? Yeah. I've been saying I wanted to at least get out once a week and go do something, and honestly, last week I did not. I think I took my days off from work. It's just a Monday and Tuesday, you know. I have an off weekend, and I didn't do anything. I just stayed home and rested. You know, I didn't even go for a truck ride. It was just really smoky out, and the local water park had closed down due to the air quality. I thought I should take that as a hint. And then what should I do? Maybe I should just stay in the house. But the thing about that smoky air and the heat and everything is it can be really fatiguing. So I just got really lazy with it, you know. I just started thinking, you know, I'm really surprised that fire happened in Spokane, and I always feel like, well, we're really safe here. It doesn't seem like anything I have to worry about, especially because I live down in the valley, not right up in the bushes here, not right up in the woods like some of these ones. See that there? That's got an entire neighborhood in it. It's not just forest. There's all kinds of... They put a house everywhere. They could put one up there. Every one of those little mountain peaks going down there all has a house on it. Yeah. You know, and I think to myself, I really hope we don't get a fire. I don't see them around here very much, but you know, now that Spokane had one, it's like, well, I'd really sure hate to see something in the Kalispell area. I don't want to imagine anything like that happening now. But it definitely it's heartbreaking hearing about all the places where people are losing their homes. And I can only speculate what it'd be like to be one of those people, you know. I feel like maybe we're in a lucky place where, you know, things that bad might not happen. You know, we're constantly hearing about other stuff, other parts of the country having stuff happen to them that ain't happening to us. But there have been more fires popping up in Montana, in this area. And to hear British Columbia's going through it, you know, they're right north of us and have a very similar terrain and more of it. Yeah, I don't know if you can see all those duckies out there, but there sure is a lot of them, huh? Look at all them duckies. Yeah, so I'm very lucky to be somewhere that is not currently on fire. I hope it stays that way, huh? Yeah, I just figured, you know, I'll show you where I'm at. This is, you're getting everything but the smells, huh? Anything but the smells. Oh, yes. Well, I sure wish I had something to feed them. Well, these aren't the kind of geese you see at the park, you know, like, if you have geese that are coming and eat out of your hand, they're not really that wild. These ones, I'm sure if I get any closer, they'll be flying away. I don't think these are the kind of guys who'll eat out of your hand. Anyways, some place I haven't been to very often since I've been to Montana. I've been out here for 17 years, and I think I know a lot of the little places you can stop off and walk around. But you know, this one's kind of new, and I don't come over here much. I like to go to certain places more than others. Maybe this isn't one of my favorites, as you see. But I really need to get back in shape, and something like this is kind of good, you know, if you haven't been training and you can't really handle the steep incline, then something like this might be just the thing, you know. So I need to reinvigorate my body. I used to do a lot of training, and I got to be quite a lazy bones, especially around the time my buddies Rosie and Gary were dying, and for 4 years I have just been hanging out in limbo, waiting to see where I'm going to end up at. And I figured, you know, when the time comes and they ask me to leave that house that I was staying in, and we'll figure out, you know, if I'm supposed to be here or not. And from what I can tell, I feel like things worked out so well. I almost feel like it's a good sign, you know, that maybe I should stick around longer I'm here for good reason. Colorado is where I lived last, and I was just looking at some videos, and they really do have a lot of neat places to go outside and hike around. The difference, I think it's a little more lush here. Oh, a lot more lush, and lower altitude. Easier to get to a big giant lake, really, like in a short distance. And in Colorado, I couldn't go swimming as much, at least, during swim season. And so the difference is, there's a lot of things going on in Denver that I don't get to do. I used to go to a lot of parties and music and just, more like, fun stuff to do around there. And so here I've been just pretty much a loner for quite a bit. Every once in a while I'll have a buddy to go hike with, but most of it has been, especially since Rosie and Gary have been gone, I have been spending a lot of time alone. And I have moved, let's see, it's been like a few months or so already. I've been just trying to adjust to the fact that I'm in a different place and I don't have to worry about moving anymore. I could stay there probably for a pretty long time if I want to, so, and it's a nice setup. And we have landlords that we can call up and talk to. We don't have to deal with property management like the old house. What I didn't like about the old house is it was under property management that I didn't care for. And nowadays, I feel a lot more secure where I live at, and I don't feel like I got to worry about planning on moving. And so I haven't made any videos of my house in a while because I'm still waiting to finish organizing it. And I did show, like, when I moved in what it looked like empty. I don't know, I feel like I'm just still like in an adjustment stage. But I figured this is the point where I'm getting like another new start. It's like putting on another white belt, starting over again, and I'm so out of shape, I might as well be a white belt, right? And I gotta try to get my physical strength back. So I've lost a lot of my gains over the past few years or so, and I figured this is it, now that I've moved, I'm gonna start going swimming, I'm gonna start going for walks, and try to get my body used to working again. Yeah, so I'm a delivery driver, so the nice thing is it allows me to be able to be on my feet part of the time. I can even jog or sprint a little bit when I get a chance if I got the energy. And I'm feeling good, I will, And if I don't feel that great, good news, I spend part of my shift driving. I'm heading up this way anyways. I just want to go over here, say hi to these Twinkies. Yeah, so maybe that's why I saw a bunch earlier and now not so many. Maybe they all went to take a swim. So anyways, one great thing about this area is there are a lot of nice parks to get out and take a short hike, at least to get a little exercise and stay. So you want to train for stability, something I've learned by going to physical therapy. I spend a good chunk of change at that son of a bitch, so what I'm going to take with me is to train for stability, meaning that, you should be able to do everyday things without it hurting. Your body needs to be stable. Okay, so being able to walk is one of them, right? I should make sure I can be able to walk, and then any type of training I do at the gym, similarly, just making sure it's helping my posture and making sure I'm functional. Otherwise, I'm not training to see how strong I can get. I don't know if you can see the Twinkies, but there they are. I can see if I can zoom in. Can't see. Can't tell. Oh, there they are. Lots of Twinkies out there in the field. Alrighty, well, I really wanted to see some birdies today. And so far, I think we got to see quite a bit of Canada geese. Yeah, Our next door neighbors. So I don't know why they get called Canada geese. They hang out in the United States so much. Why don't they just call them North America geese? There goes a flock. Ready? See, they have so much fun. See that? They're just having so much fun doing that. Wow. And look, they're all like, hey, here comes more. No, I hear them tooting. Here they come, here they come. Ready? We were just on time to see some birdie action. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't shut it up. I was fixing to shut her down. And now we get to see those flying Twinkies. See, these are living airplane boats. When they're not on land, they're out there floating like a boat. And now they're going to be a bit rejoiceful. Ready? Rejoice, rejoice. I think these were the ones we were just seeing out in the water. All right, now I'm going to hike back to the old wagon, right? So this has been my visit to Summers Beach State Park, where Canada Twinkie live, and some of the flattest land in the valley is here. Hi there. At the top of Flathead Lake. And if you like mosquitoes, this is a good place. You should try this area. Alright, well, everyone, take care. I will talk to you soon.